Okay. If someone can just confirm, are you guys seeing the agenda or my notes?
I see the agenda.
Perfect. Okay, we're just gonna get started. Um, Hey everyone, thank you all for being flexible and just meeting over Zoom tonight due to the weather. So if you have not already done so, please do change your name to your position and last name. And again, if you're being appointed tonight, please don't worry about any of this. Guests also don't have to change their names. Um, I don't have my gavel tonight, so we're just gonna work our way through without the gavel. But a few things before we begin. Please remain muted unless you have been recognized. If you have speaking rights and would like to speak, please use the Zoom raise hand feature and just so they can recognize you, and that will just make sure everything is running smoothly. I'm going to make sure that, give me 1 second. Okay, Advisor Bradley, you should have co-host settings. So, okay, the meeting has come to order on February 19th, 2026 at 7:03 p.m. held via Zoom due to the weather. Chief of Staff Gomez, may we have roll call, please?
Uh, Regent Lacey,
Here.
Vice President Rye,
Here.
Manager of PR Hammond,
Here.
Coordinator of Student Engagement Tasuya, Coordinator of Student Engagement SIP,
Here.
Director of Integrity Rhodes,
Here.
Director of Leadership Development Hills,
Here.
Director of Marketing Eklund,
Here.
Director of Recruitment Brody,
Here.
Director of DEIA Steffens,
Here.
Senator Acosta,
Here.
Senator Barrientos,
Here.
Senator Bishop,
Here.
Senator Clark,
Here.
Senator Elifai, Senator Idala Allison, Senator Issa,
Here.
Senator Jaman,
Here.
Senator Johnson,
Here.
Senator Lopez Pereira, Senator Mitchell,
Here.
Senator McHugh,
Here.
Senator Piper,
Here.
Senator Potts,
Here.
Senator Shake,
Here.
Senator Swift,
Here.
Senator Tasneem,
Here.
Senator Williams,
Here.
Senator Wiseman,
Here.
and FYLC Ambassador Perry,
Here.
FYLC Ambassador Rodriguez, okay.
Thank you. Quorum is present. We may begin. For voting tonight, the chair is seeking a motion to use unanimous consent for all items except the SABC resolution. For the SABC resolution, we will do a roll call vote. And when your name will be called during that process, you will just state yes or no verbally. Is there a motion to use unanimous consent? And please feel free to just use the raise hand feature if you want a motion for that. Senator Clark, is there a second? Senator Mitchell, is there any discussion on the motion? If there's no decision or if there's no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to utilize unanimous consent for all voting matters except the resolution resulting from SEDC. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, the motion has passed. We will now move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda includes Senator Piper. Did you have something?
Yeah, could I amend the agenda? Really? Or
Yes.
am I jumping ahead?
If we will have to take out the approval of the agenda out of the consent agenda, so is that a motion from you?
Yes.
Okay. Senator Piper motions to amend the agenda or to remove the agenda from consent agenda. Is there any second? Senator McHugh, is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, the chair is, Senator Piper.
Yes, sorry. I just want to say why really quickly. I'll be motioning to add somebody for the election commission, so that's why I'm ultimately doing this, just so people know.
Is there any further discussion on the motion? If there's no discussion, is there any, sorry. If there's no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to remove the approval of the agenda from the consent agenda. If there's no objection, if there is any objection, please do raise your hand now. Okay, seeing none, the motion has passed. The approval of the agenda has been removed from the consent agenda. Senator Piper.
Okay, so then with that being done, I would like to move to amend the agenda by adding the appointment for Tutu to the election commission under the new business.
Could we vote on the consent agenda first before we
Oh,
make edits?
yes. Oh my God, yes. Thank you.
We're so good. I will get back to you once we're done with that. Okay, is there any further discussion on the consent agenda? So hearing none, the chair is seeking a motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Costa, is there a second? Senator Sheikh, is there any discussion? Okay, seeing no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to approve the consent agenda. If there's any objection, please raise your hand now. Perfect, seeing none, the consent agenda is approved. Next up is the approval agenda. I believe Senator Piper has a motion.
Yes, I do have a motion. Can I once more I'm asking to put Tutu for the election commission under new business. That is what I am motioning for.
Is there a second? Senator Sheikh, is there any discussion? Okay, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to add the election commissioner onto the agenda. If there is any dissent, please raise your hands right now. Seeing none, the appointment of the election commissioner has been added to the agenda. Perfect. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Senator Williams, is there a second? Senator Sheikh. Is there any discussion on the approval of the agenda? If there is none, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to approve the agenda. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, the agenda has been approved. Our next item of business is our guest speaker, Alexander Leewell, Assistant Director for the Center for Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Franchising. Alexander, would you like me to, or I can stop sharing my screen if you're here.
Yes,
And
I'm here.
perfect. I will stop sharing my screen and that will allow you to share.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to present to you tonight. I hope you are all safe somewhere, not out and about, or have not been out and about driving in the snow. 1 second here. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So I'm here to speak to you tonight about the offerings that our center provides to students. We offer events that connect students to the community, pitch contests where they can win money to support their businesses, and also a myriad of clubs and organizations that strengthen their community ties. So if you would like to learn more, you can scan the QR code and select which organization you are interested in hearing about. But basically, the center provides connections to local startups, student clubs, pitch competitions, and community connections. You can follow us on Instagram at UNOCEIF or send an email for more general inquiries. So some programming that we offer works in tandem with each other. The first event that we host is in the fall semester. It's called Breakthrough Weekend. This is where students and community members come together to build out ideas. You come in with an idea and you start developing a process to leave with mock-ups or wireframes. Then the next step, also in the fall semester, is once you've built out your idea, you take it to this competition where you have 90 seconds to pitch in front of a panel of judges. The top 3 contestants win non-dilutive funding for their businesses. Last but not least is our final competition of the academic year. This competition is where you've built out this idea, you've built a business plan around it, and then you pitch for substantial cash prizes. This year, we have $10,000 in total prizes that you can win for your business. And I can talk more about this too later if you have questions. So this year, what we're doing with the Maverick Business Plan competition is we are partnering with our Nebraska Business Development Center, which is located inside Mammal Hall, and also our UNO Speech Center. So we are working with students to build out their ideas. So you work with NBDC to start writing a lean business plan. Then you take it to the Speech Center, and they teach you how to take the written words and turn it into a slide deck. Then lastly, you'll work with me to get your pitch down that will really wow the judges. One of my favorite things to do at the center is host our Midwest Entrepreneurship Conference. This happens in April every single year. We bring together 30 plus universities amounting to over 300 students from across the Midwest in one space for one day. We bring nationally renowned speakers who come in and either speak about the startup that they founded or various business practices and ideals that are good for young entrepreneurs to know. Last year, we had 300 students with over 16 different universities represented at this conference. It's a day full of networking, learning, and also some more pitch contests. We do have a pre-revenue and a post-revenue pitch contest that happens in conjunction with the conference. Each year, we've grown this conference in attendees, and we also have a specific resource room where local small business organizations and support organizations have a table set up to connect directly with students at the event. I cannot wait. This year it will be April 17th. And I'm hoping next week, cross your fingers for me, I have a meeting with one of the founders of Midday Squares, if you've heard of that company, to come speak at the conference this year. We also have so many cool student clubs and organizations. The first one that you may have heard about is our Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization. This club meets every week inside Mammal Hall. They connect with local founders and CEOs every week to hear their story and get one-on-one time to ask them questions. Many of our CEO students have gained mentors from being in this club. We have about 50 regular attendees each week, and that number just keeps growing. The CEO organization also puts on fun events like a cornhole tournament fundraiser, and also CEO panels where they bring in top CEOs from our community to come speak on a panel. That was a really good way for students to also connect with CEOs. They also had the mayor come last semester, so I don't know if you heard about that, but that was a pretty big deal. The next one that is very near and dear to my heart is the Maverick Venture Fund. If you've ever seen Shark Tank, that's exactly what it's like. Students learn the whole process of venture capital, learning where to find startups, inviting them to pitch night, how to conduct due diligence, and then eventually making an investment decision. To date, we have invested $300,000 into 16 local startups. We've had 3 exits in our portfolio where they've been acquired, which is good. And 5 of our portfolio companies have gone on to raise higher level rounds. So we typically come in at a very early stage where founders are just getting started. We help them unlock grants and matching funds so that they can continue to develop their prototypes and stay here in Nebraska. This type of venture fund is very critical because VCs like to see return, and at this early stage, it's not always guaranteed. So a lot of the times we're one of the first checks in for founders here in Nebraska. We also collaborate and partner with our top venture capital firms and angel networks here as well. The MTVA is a newer opportunity, but it is so cool. These student analysts are paid real money to conduct analyses on intellectual property coming out of UNMC. So doctors and researchers who are working on something in a lab bring their idea to the MTVA students, who then conduct various business analyses to see if their offering is a viable product for a market, and if there is actually a market, and what is that market. So this group has tangible value and creates real impact for local researchers who have an idea but don't have the business mindset to take that and commercialize it. Next up, if you've ever been to Mammal Hall, I hope that you have stopped by our Stedman's Cafe, named after Robert Stedman, who was an NFL player, and he played on the UNO football team when we had one. I bet you didn't know UNO had a football team, and if you did, good job. But Stedman's is a cafe inside Mammal Hall. It's completely operated and managed by students. So they make the pricing choices, they make the offering choices, the marketing, they handle the finances. They gain real world experience on how do you operate a business. And they do that while they're in school, and they get paid. Everybody loves Stedman's at Mammal Hall. So next time you're there, be sure to stop by. Lastly is the ELLC. This is a program for incoming freshmen and sophomores. They dorm together in Scott Village, and build out ideas and start building their network from even before the first day of school. Every year, we get to travel around the nation to a startup hotspot. So we've been to Boston, Silicon Valley, New York, and this year we're going to Chicago. And whenever we travel, we stop at various headquarters of startups or big companies there, where students get to learn about other cities' ecosystems and see how they connect and jive with each other. The ELLC is very important for new incoming students because they start building their group and their tribe before school starts. They already know where they're going, and then they can just foster and build their ideas together in a safe environment. At our center, we collaborate with so many community partners. Without them, the experience for our students would not be as meaningful. So community partners take time to talk with our students, mentor them. We host events with them, and the way that we can collaborate, it provides internships and job opportunities for our students because they know those students who come from the center, they know what they're doing, and they are dependable, and they're good kids to work with too. So upcoming for spring 26 semester, like I mentioned, we have our business plan competition. So if you or anybody you know has a business that they're already starting, already working in, or an idea that they want to build a business plan for, please share this with them. The deadline to apply is April 2nd, and the competition is the 23rd of April. If you scan the QR code, it will take you to our website that has more information and also the link to apply. So like I said before, with the Maverick Business Plan competition, you don't have to know how to write a business plan or make a pitch deck. Our resources help you do that. You just bring your idea and your willingness to make it work. Then secondly is our Midwest Entrepreneurship Conference. I'd love to see you all there. Student tickets are $49.99, and the conference is April 17th. It will be held in Ralston at the venues at the Granary. And then lastly, a new initiative we've started is called MAV Startups, where we want to feature current and alumni startups and businesses. So again, if you or someone you know has a business, any major, any college, any idea, just scan the code and we'd love to get you up on the website. Do you guys have any questions for me? How did I do on time?
You're doing great. You still have
Okay.
7 minutes left.
Okay, good. It's a lot to put into a short amount of time. This is my life's work here.
You did a great job. Does anyone have questions for Alex? Raise your light, see.
Hi, Alex. I want to thank you for being here tonight. I know that it's cold and a little bit treacherous out there, so I hope that you are somewhere safe and warm. I guess one question I have is how can student government better help your office of the Center of Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Franchising?
Yes, that's a great question, and thank you. One thing that we struggle with is getting in touch with students who are not in who are not in Mammal Hall. We've tried to cross the street and get up into North Campus, but it's so hard to engage with students who may not be necessarily business minded or think, oh, I have an idea, but all of that type of business plan stuff does not sound like fun. So find if you can help in a way to help us promote our events because they are very valuable. And a lot of the students that we work with go on and mention how their experiences from, taking the leap and getting in front of judges to pitch or attending CEO Club They've gained a network of friends and mentors that have changed their life. Those kind of things we want to help more students achieve, but we just need help getting our name out there. And also participate in the events. If you have businesses or have an idea, that's what we love to talk about, no matter how big or small it is. Does anybody have a business idea, a side hustle? Do you clean cars, crochet stuff? Is government your life?
I guess a follow-up question for you, Alex. I'm looking at the Maverick Business Plan Competition registration form. Does that have to be a business that's actually running, or can it just be an idea that a student wants to work on?
Great question. It can just be an idea. We'll help you build out the plan.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions for Alex? If there are none, Alex, thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to leave from the meeting. You don't have to stay for the whole time. If you want to stay, you are more than welcome to stay, but I'm sure you have some other stuff that you need to do. But thank you so much again.
Yes, thank you all again and have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. And hopefully we are seeing, yes. Okay. Our next item of business is the Student Organization of the Month Award. Manager Hammond.
Registered student organizations are an integral part of the campus experience. Each organization impacts campus in some way or form, whether it's through events, advocacy, or building community. The Student Organization of the Month Award was established to highlight and celebrate their impact. With that being said, the Outreach Committee is excited to announce the Student Organization for the month of January, the Pre-Law Society. The UNO Pre-Law Society is dedicated to supporting students interested in pursuing a legal career by providing educational resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities. They aim to foster a strong community of future legal professionals by connecting students with law school representatives, practicing attorneys, and alumni. They've held various events throughout the year that support their mission. They've hosted Q&A panels with legal professionals from the Omaha community, as well as organized law school visits, such as their recent trip to the University of Nebraska College of Law. This organization meets people where they're at on their pre-law journey. Whether you're exploring the idea of law or actively preparing for the LSAT, this organization is something you are able to be a part of. Once again, congratulations to the Pre-Law Society. The work you do is inspiring, and we are thrilled to be presenting you with the Registered Student Organization of the Month Award. To speak, we have Pre-Law Society's Director of Outreach, Nazrin Elrosky.
Hey guys, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. I won't say too much, I don't want to be too repetitive. Obviously, thank you, first of all. My name is Nazrin. I am the Director of Outreach right now for the Pre-Law Society. Obviously, thank you, Student Government, for the recognition. It means a lot considering how much work we've done this past semester and what we're doing this semester and the things that we have planned for the spring. As a lot of people may know, if you are interested in law school, you probably already know that UNO doesn't have a very good pre-law or very cohesive pre-law program. Sometimes it's really separated. Sometimes there's a lot of support in the business area. Sometimes there's some advisors who just have more experience and some who don't. So there isn't really one place people can go. But thankfully we have that. And so there isn't an office yet, but it looks like it may be in the works. I don't really know people personally who are interested in going to law school. So being someone who is going to be a first generation law student, it was very isolating, doing all that research by myself and not having other people around me to support each other. it's really exciting to see where we have like the point that we've gotten to now and the amazing, like powerful, genuine connections we've made with companies, professionals, and the connection we've made with the College of Law in Lincoln with University of Nebraska. They are, I don't know if I can even say this on here. They're very impressed with us, guys. They love us, like, which is great. Like, we're the pre-law society, that's what we want for our students, which is so awesome. So we have a good reputation. But yeah, we have obviously built a lot of momentum. Can't wait to keep things going. So if you are interested in law school, or legal career, you know where to go. We're here. But thank you so much. That's all I'll say for now.
Thank you, and congratulations again to you guys on the recognition. We will get you your certificate once we're back on campus next week, but that is on the way. We'll get that to you. Next up, we have the Maverick Impact Award. Alicia Lacey.
Yes, hello everyone. I don't think, excuse me, I don't think Michael is on the call, but I will just go ahead and read the information about him, and then I will be sure to get him his award probably tomorrow or sometime next week. So it is my honor today to present the Maverick Impact Award, an award created to recognize an on-campus student worker who demonstrates outstanding dedication, accountability, Maverick values, and leadership that enriches our campus community. This month's recipient, Michael, represents everything this award stands for. Michael consistently goes above and beyond the expectations of his role. He keeps our storage spaces organized, ensures giveaways, items are prepared on time, and sets up our temporary storage areas for week-long programming. Most impressively, he does all of this by taking initiatives on his own. He sees what needs to be done and takes action. His reliability, work ethic, and attention to detail reflect the spirit and hard work and resilience and the heart of the Maverick values. The nominator goes on to say, he also leads with accountability and professionalism. Michael completes tasks thoroughly, communicates clearly, and sets a standard that encourages others to stay organized, meet deadlines, and put forth their best work. His positive attitude helps create a supportive, productive environment for everyone around him. Michael's impact reaches far beyond his assigned duties. He brings energy and pride to campus through his involvement in Maverick Maniacs and the Pet Band. He makes an effort to connect with underclassmen and helps them find their place at UNO. Even before joining their team, he volunteered his time during major programming weeks because he understood the importance of student engagement and wanted to support his peers. Michael demonstrates every day what it means to be a Maverick. He strengthens our community, builds connections, and leads by example. This is exactly why this award exists. Please join me in congratulating Michael, a student whose dedication and spirit truly make a lasting impact on our campus.
Congratulations, Michael. Our next item of business is open forum. Guests will have up to 10 minutes to address the Senate with any concerns, whether or not they appear on the agenda. Senators may also speak on topics not included in the agenda. However, please reserve comments related to listed agenda items for their scheduled discussion. If you would like to speak, please use the raise hand feature and I'll recognize you. The floor is now open. Ambassador Perry.
Hi, excuse me for my raspy voice. I'm going through a little bit of a sickness, but basically me and Clancy wanted to talk about a little idea that we had. Basically it was the UNO Peace Walk for healing and integrity. I'm gonna have Ambassador Rodriguez just kind of like piggyback and give some details about that.
Yeah, so can everybody hear me okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. She starts working as soon as I start talking. I'm so sorry about her. But we have been working on this idea for, I want to say, at least a month now, about doing a peace walk for unity on the Omaha campus. We've talked to Colby about it. We've talked a little bit to Lauren about it, and I believe I talked to somebody else about it as well. But we really want to present the idea to you guys today. we're working on getting the plan ironed out completely and kind of just verifying all the details and making sure that we get the specifics. But we want to present the ideas to you guys so that way if you have any support or if you have any ideas that you want to bring to us or any of the when we bring it up even, you know, you'll just have a mention of it. Essentially the walk is going to consist, it's going to be a 2-day kind of event. The day before the walk, we'll be doing kind of a sign creating event in Milo Vale. This is the tentative plan. This is all kind of the official date of March 25th that week when we come back from spring break. And then that following Wednesday, or sorry, that'll be March 24th. That following Wednesday, March 25th, is when we will host the Peace Walk. At the Peace Walk, we've already asked Senator Runner in 2025, Preston Love Jr. to be a speaker at the event. We would like to have a speaker there. We'd like to have 2 speakers there. Just prior to the walk, just to spread motivation, to spread unity, to, you know, empower students. That's really the goal here, is to bring together students and unite them and help them understand that no matter our differences, we can be on campus and we can be students of the future, and we can be united even in moments of disagreement, even in moments of political tension, even when things are hard. So we'd like to have some speakers prior to the walk. After those speakers will commence. The path that we're looking at right now is it's kind of up in the air because I'm not sure if I'll have to ask either Vice President I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce your last name?
Right.
Rye? Vice President Rye or Regent Lacey. I'll have to have a meeting with one of them, but we would like to start at the Pet Bowl. That's where, or around the free speech area. That's where we'll have the speeches, where we'll continue down to the Roskins Hall area. And then we'd like to go up to that sidewalk along Dodge Street, right down that main road, to try to get some of that civic engagement so we can interact with the community. I know there's been a lot of protests right on Dodge and 72nd, so it would be nice to just see if we can, you know, a lot of people drive that way. It's a very traffic heavy way. So it would just be nice to get it out there. But when I talked to Colby about it, he did say that he wasn't sure if that was school property or if that was public property. So that's something that I would have to get the answer about. But we'd continue down there to parking lot F, where we would cross back over onto campus. And then we just make our way back up past the library, past Milo Vale, back up to the Pet Bowl or wherever area that we originated at, where the walk would commence or where the walk would end. This is just kind of the plan. Again, we have the details, we have the plan, we're setting it in motion, we're getting the dates, and it's moving pretty strongly. But it's important that you know that it is all unofficial. So it is subject to change. Does anybody, I don't know, have any thoughts or?
I will say that Senator Johnson, and Regent Lacey, if that's something that you guys could do after, discuss this after, because this is just an opportunity for individuals to share ideas, and not necessarily ask questions. But if you guys want to connect with Ambassador Rodriguez and Ambassador Perry afterwards, I think that would be great.
Yeah, we're just happy to get the idea out, and we would love to work with you guys. So
Yeah, thank you guys.
Perfect. Thank you, ambassadors. Are there any other guests who would like to speak during open forum? If there are no additional speakers, open forum is now closed. We will now move on to reports from officers, the executive committee, and the chairs. The chair is seeking a motion to waive verbal reports and accept the written reports just due to the amount of stuff we have on the agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Shake, is there a second? Senator Clark, is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to accept the written reports in lieu of verbal reports. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, the motion passes. Our next item of business is unfinished business. As there is no unfinished business, we will move on to new business. For individuals seeking appointment, you will have up to 10 minutes to deliver your proponent speech. Director Rhodes will be keeping track. Following your speech, members of the Student Senate and the executive team may ask questions. And after questioning, you will be placed in the waiting room while senators deliberate. And once a vote has been reached, you will be invited back in. And Advisor Brock will follow up with the next steps for your respective positions. First up, we have the appointment of Isabella Hayden as Senator for College of Engineering. Is there a proponent speech?
Hi, yes, I have a speech.
Perfect. Yeah, you have 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Hi, my name's Izzy. I'm a freshman this year. I am obviously in the College of Engineering. I'm going into architectural with a minor in construction management. My involvements on campus are kind of all over the place. I'm involved in Greek life. I'm involved in ASLAC, which is like the governing group for the Durham School. It's kind of a smaller version of this, if that makes sense. I'm also involved in Engineers Without Borders, which is probably one of my favorite things I'm involved in. But one thing that really led me to try to come onto the Senate was to add more to the college and just talking to people. Even though I haven't been there a long time, I've still like made connections with people. And just there's some things that have been brought to my attention, which I'll come to later. And kind of just getting my foot in the door when it comes to like organizations. Because I do in the future hope to work in a firm and own my own firm, hopefully. My qualifications for this are, like I said earlier, I am part of ASLAC, so I kind of already have some knowledge of governmenting, like of government groups when it comes to the actual college that I would be representing. So that's kind of a plus. And like I played softball for a really long time, which is also something that you work in teams and you learn how to cooperate together and get things done. Like I was saying earlier, some of the ideas that I do have and these have come from people that I've talked to. So it came to the university scholarships are limited to 15 credit hours per semester for like kind of a total of around 120 credit hour programs. And for the College of Engineering, since it's a 4+1 year program, it's more than 120, which then causes some people to be kind of stiffed with scholarships and things when it comes to university scholarships. And there's just people that have brought into the attention that there could be some work around that, or maybe talk of work around that if people are open to that. Another thing is soft plastics in Scott campus and composting, which is, I'm so sorry, which is offered on Dodge campus where not a lot of engineering students live, but when most of the engineering and business majors live on Scott, that kind of affects them most. And then there was also a talk about working with accessibility services I would have to look more into this, but there's like a type of Word document or a math type extension that's provided for some courses, but not for engineering, which would be something that I think people would really benefit from. And there's always the talk of the parking, which is not everybody's favorite, but those are my main points. So, yes. Any questions at all? And also, thank you guys so much for having me on here.
If there are any questions for Isabella, could you please just raise your hand and I can call you. Okay, if there are no questions, Isabella, I'm going to put you in the waiting room while the senators discuss.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Before we begin, are there any conflicts of interest? Okay, if there are none, is there any discussion on the appointment of Isabella Hayden as Senator for College of Engineering? Senator Potts.
I just wanted to say I'm also an ASTOC with her, and even as a freshman, she ran for an officer position. And like I think that's just kind of a good indication of like the energy and passion that she's like trying to bring into student organizations, like, and that's kind of what we need, I think, is like people who are dedicated to the Senate. And I think she would be if she joined as a senator.
Perfect. Is there any further discussion on the appointment of Isabella Hayden as College of Engineering Senator? Okay, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to appoint Isabella Hayden as Senator for the College of Engineering. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, Isabella Hayden has been appointed as Senator for the College of Engineering. I'm going to appoint her, or we'll get her back into the room. You know what? Maybe. I fear she may have left.
Hello.
Oh, you're here. Okay, perfect.
Hi.
Congratulations, Isabella. You have been appointed as College of Engineering Senator.
Oh, thank you.
Next up is the appointment of Cale Johnson as Senator for the College of Arts and Sciences. Is there a proponent speech?
Yes, there is. Okay, I'll just start. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having tonight. My name's Cale Johnson. I am a 20-year-old junior majoring in political science with a minor in public policy here at UNO, and I'm seeking your approval to be appointed as the next College of Arts and Sciences Senator. I'm originally from Kearney, Nebraska, but I moved to Omaha in January 2024 to attend UNO and have lived on campus here ever since. Since coming here, I've become deeply involved in local and national politics, strengthening my understanding of governance and how to pursue policy that best serves the people it represents. During the spring 2025 semester, I felt motivated to get involved on campus and build a strong Democratic student coalition. I founded the Maverick Young Democrats and currently serve as its president. Through this role, I have also connected with state and national organizations, serving as vice president of the Nebraska Young Democrats and as Rules Committee secretary for the Young Democrats of America. These experiences have taught me the responsibility that comes with representing your community and the importance of every aspect of leadership, from drafting and interpreting rules to organizing and coalition building. Most recently, I stepped outside of my partisan work to become more involved in UNO's broader student governance by serving as an SABC commissioner. In that role, I worked with fellow commissioners to analyze, clarify, amend, and ultimately approve a strong budget that lowers student aid fund fees while ensuring key parts of our campus community continue to thrive. During my time on SABC, I saw firsthand the real impact student government can have. That experience inspired me to run for Student Senate this April. However, when I learned that there was a current vacancy, I decided not to wait. Rather than delay getting involved in something that directly improves student experience, I chose to seek appointment now so I can begin contributing immediately. As a senator, I will work to ensure our student government operates effectively, responsibly, and with students at the center of every decision. I will be a voice for all students in the College of Arts and Sciences and strive to ensure we are using the full potential of SGA to better the lives of our student body. I hope you see my commitment, my preparation, and my genuine desire to serve. I respectfully ask for your approval of my appointment, and of course, I welcome any questions you have.
If there are any questions for Kale, please raise your hand now. Senator Drake.
So you've mentioned earlier that all your different roles, like the Maverick Young Democrats, Nebraska Young Democrats, I'm assuming. How do you plan on managing those roles along with your role as senator if appointed?
You know, I'm a really busy person and I like to stay busy. I like to stay involved in whatever, but with that it comes with like really good time management skills. I know meetings are every Thursday evening. I don't do anything on Thursday evening, so this is something else I can add. I still find time for homework. I find other time for the Maverick Young Dems. I find time for all of my opportunities and involvement. And I really don't think that this will hinder my performance as senator or as any other capacity that I hold.
Are there any other questions for Kale? Director Stephens.
So you mentioned that you would be able to fill the role of being senator because you don't have anything going on Thursdays. If there was anything in your role as senator that required you to do something outside of that Thursday meeting time, would you be able to fulfill that?
I mean, most of the time it depends. I mean, if it's anything over a weekend, I can get a shift covered at Olive Garden, and the rest of my schedules are pretty flexible because I set them myself. And especially with the Maverick Young Democrats, I have a great team who can take over if I need to put my attention elsewhere.
Are there any other questions? If there are none, Kale, I will also put you in a waiting room and then I will invite you back in.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, before we begin, are there any conflicts of interest? And if there are, please raise your hands now. Senator Johnson, anyone else? Perfect. Is there any discussion on the appointment of Kale Johnson as senator for the College of Arts and Sciences? Senator Lopez Pereira, is this for discussion or conflict of interest?
Conflict of interest.
Perfect, thank you. Senator Johnson?
Am I allowed to
Yeah,
am I
please.
allowed to say something if I have a conflict of interest?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I just want to say Kale is like kind of a friend of mine, and he is an outstanding person, super responsible, super on top of his stuff, and he's even expressed interest in running for Nebraska legislature once he gets old enough. So I think this would be a really good opportunity for him to sort of see how it works and everything. And I fully support him being on our team. He's a great guy.
Is there any further discussion? Okay, if there is no more discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to appoint Cale Johnson as senator for the College of Arts and Sciences. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, Cale Johnson has been appointed as senator for the College of Arts and Sciences. Advisor Brock, if you could let him into the room. Congratulations, Cale. You have been appointed as senator for the College of Arts and Sciences.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the appointments for the Student Publications Board. The individuals seeking appointments are Olivia MacArthur and David Fisher. Before we do begin, the chair is seeking a motion to approve these specific appointments via block voting. Is there a motion? Senator Costa, is there a second? Senator Williams. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to utilize block voting for the Student Publications Board appointments. If there is any objections, please raise your hand now. Senator Williams, is that an objection or is that just your hands raised? Perfect. Okay, if there is no objection, we will proceed with block voting for these appointments. Olivia, I know you have a proponent speech, so let me pull up your video. You're so good at Senator Williams. Olivia is here, but she is sick. She will answer any questions, but I will just play the video that she has prepared for us. And please let me know if the audio does not play.
There's no audio.
No audio. Okay. Let me see what I can do. What about
I can just speak if that's quicker.
no? Yes, no. Probably annoying to me.
Okay, so that's me up there. Good evening. My name is Olivia MacArthur. I'm running for Publications Board. I'm a senior undergraduate student majoring in journalism and media communications with a concentration in emerging media and minoring in sustainability and Spanish. I'm interested in joining the Board of Publications because I'm passionate about serving my community through honest and transparent news. I believe critical information can connect and empower citizens, and it is important now more than ever that we deliver reliable
Let me
information.
try something else, and hopefully this works.
VP Rye,
do apologize, team. We're gonna
Aditi,
hear the audio from my phone.
can you hear me, Aditi?
Can I hear Olivia? Did I really cut you off, Olivia?
It's okay. It's okay.
My bad. Okay, so I can't hear anything, but Olivia, you have the floor.
Okay. I was just saying that it's important that we deliver reliable information. Um, I have experience as the editor of UNO's honors newsletter, The Distinction, and I've worked on the development team with the Flatwater Free Press. So I hope that you accept my nomination, and I look forward to hopefully working with you all soon.
Are there any questions for Olivia? If there are none, Olivia, just hang tight. We're gonna get David to do his photo speech, and then I will put you both in a waiting room. David, you have the floor.
Okay, yeah, hi, thank you for having me. Many years ago, my fifth grade homeroom teacher, Miss Gushard, impressed by my personal essays, called me the Grammar King. I've been bearing that title with pride and usually living up to it ever since. My name is David Fisher, and I'm a first-year undergraduate student at UNO. My major is secondary education with the English and ESL dual endorsement. On UNO campus, I am a student worker at the Office of Student Leadership and Involvement, where I perform various office duties as well as present the required bystander intervention training to students across UNO campus. This also means I work with advisor Colby Brock. Beyond work in academics, I perform in two different jazz ensembles at UNO, and I am a part of UNO Curling Club and Salsa Club. English being part of my major, I've always loved reading, writing, and general communication through the English language. Being a member of the Student Publications Board would help me to leverage my English and communication skills. It'll be a relatively new experience to me, but I am certain that I can adapt and do an outstanding job. In my senior year of high school, I chose to take the photojournalism elective course. It was in this photojournalism course that I became particularly interested in the ethics of journalism. In this unit, we talked specifically about the Society of Professional Journalists, or the SPJ Code of Ethics. The SPJ Code of Ethics explains that ethical journalism should be accurate and fair, minimize harm to those involved, act independently and impartially, and be accountable and transparent. As a member of the Student Publications Board, I would be sure to refer back to and uphold these four pillars of ethical journalism. On that historic day in fifth grade, when Miss Gushard called me the Grammar King, she also told my classmates that if anyone had any grammar troubles in their essays, they should go to me. Likewise, as Student Publications Board candidate, I hope that when students have issues with the newspaper's ethics, they will go to me. Thank you.
Are there any questions for David? Okay, if there are none, David and Olivia, I will place you both of you in breakout rooms, or not breakout rooms, excuse me, waiting rooms. Please feel free to leave for the day if you want to. You're not obligated to stay here, but if you would like to come back after the senators vote on your appointment, you can do so. Advisor Brock will let you into the waiting room. He will also email you with next steps after.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Before we vote, are there any conflicts of interest? If there are none, is there any discussion of the appointment of the appointment of Olivia MacArthur and David Fisher as Student Publication Board members? Director Rhodes.
I just want to say that I'm on the elevated Mavericks with David, and he's very nice to talk to, very outgoing. And he did say he was kind of like the grammar police. He actually called me out on my grammar in like the first sentence that I talked to him. So I think he'd be very good for this role.
Is there anyone else? If there's no more discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to appoint Olivia MacArthur and David Fisher as Student Publications Board members. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, Olivia MacArthur and David Fisher are officially appointed as nominees to Student Publications Board members, subject to Chancellor's final approval. Advisor Brock, if they're still in the waiting room, could you please let them back in? We will now move on to the appointments for election commissioners. The individuals seeking appointments are Alexandra Franklin, Angeles Roses Hernandez, Drew Singh, Kate Nichols, and Patu. Before we begin, the chair is seeking a motion to approve these appointments as well via block voting. Is there a motion? Senator Shake, is there a second? Senator Johnson. Is there any discussion on using block voting for the appointment of election commissioners? If there's no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to utilize block voting for the election commissioner appointments. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, we will proceed with block voting for these appointments. Alexandra, do you have a proponent speech?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Perfect.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexandra Franklin, and I am a first-year architectural engineering student. Currently, I am involved in FYLC, Students Against Hunger, and AIDS Select, which I am currently serving as outreach co-chair. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for your time and consideration. I was asked why I'm interested in being an election commissioner, and the reason to that is because of our latest election. The process intrigues me and really caught my attention because I found myself wanting to understand every part of it, ranging from how candidates were chosen to how votes were counted and results were announced. That experience made me realize how important it is to have people behind the scenes who care about keeping things organized and transparent. The next question I was asked was why I am qualified for this position. According to Gallup, my top strengths are includer, adaptability, arranger, and ideation. Simply put, I really care about making sure everyone feels included. I stay calm when things change. I'm organized when managing multiple tasks, and I like thinking of ways to improve processes. I believe these qualities are important for an election commissioner, especially for running a fair, organized, and accessible election. I have experience as class president, head student athletic trainer, as well as serving as a youth leader for 3 consecutive years. If appointed, I would make sure clear communication is being had between the candidates and students concerning the rules and processes. I would be honored to ensure our elections are fair, organized, and inclusive, and I'm excited about the chance to serve our student body in this role. Thank you again for considering me. I'm open to any questions.
If there are questions, please raise your hand now. If there are no questions, thank you so much, Alexandra. Next up is Angeles. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name.
No, you're completely right. It's like Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have a proponent speech?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name's Angeles Rosas, but I do go by Angel, if that's easier. I am currently in my 3rd year majoring in language arts, secondary education, with an additional major in English. I'm here today because I believe I would be a strong addition to the Election Commission. I bring a diverse background and professional experience, having worked in both healthcare facilities and educational settings. These roles have strengthened my communication skills, reliability, and ability to work effectively with diverse groups of people. My supervisors and references can attest to my strong work ethic, and commitment. While I have not yet held many formal leadership roles, I see this as an opportunity for growth. I'm eager to challenge myself and develop my leadership abilities while contributing meaningfully to a team that plays such an important role in upholding fairness and civic engagement on campus. I am confident in my ability to prioritize the responsibilities of the Election Commission, especially during peak election periods. I have carefully considered my academic and work commitments, and I can ensure that I maintain the level of reliability, efficiency, and professionalism that the Commission expects. Ultimately, I am interested in joining the Election Commission because I value civic responsibility and integrity. And I see this as an opportunity not only to serve like student body, but also to strengthen my own understanding of the democratic process and institutional accountability. So thank you for your time and consideration. And I look forward to any answering any questions you guys may have.
If there are any questions, please raise your hand now. If there are none, thank you so much, Angeles. And we will move on to Drew. Do you have a proponent speech? I don't think he is here unless I'm missing him. And all. We'll now move on to Kate Nichols. Kate, do you have a proponent speech?
Yes. Hi, I'm
Perfect.
Kate. Sorry. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a current business major on the pre-law track with a focus in marketing sales. I'm interested in serving as a current election commissioner. I've served as a congressional debate team captain and vice president of my DECA chapter, which gave me experience leading teams, interpreting rules, and making fair decisions. I'm also involved in the UNO CEO Club and serve as part of my sorority's honor board, where I've received ethics training and handled accountability matters. I'm also confident in my ability to make impartial decisions, and I'm very detail oriented, and I'd love to answer any questions.
Are there any questions for Kate? And if there are, could you please raise your hand? Perfect. Next up is Patu. Do you have a proponent speech?
Hi, yes, I do. My name is Patutu. I am a freshman and I am a double major in chemistry and higher education. And since I've been here, I've tried to get involved as much as I can. Recently, I started working at the Student Leadership and Involvement Office alongside David Fisher and Colby Brock. And I'm also a part of the Elevated Mavs program, which focuses on getting involved for better wellness. I am a very honest person and I care a lot about fairness, and I would love to share my ideas and grow from this as a person. I am open to any questions. Thank you for your time.
Are there any questions? And if there are, please raise your hand. Okay, and I'm going to quickly go back to Drew's appointment. Kyra, could you just give us a brief explanation or brief summary of how the interview looked like?
I can, yes. Give me just 1 second to pull up those notes.
Perfect.
Okay. So I felt that he did really well within his interview. He brought up a couple things. He thought that the election commission would be very interesting. It would be very helpful for him in kind of just getting his foot in the door and making a bigger change. He has brought up that he did hold some other positions before within Green Team Club. And he worked directly with other people. Um, yeah, he's very like determined within like our interviews that we've had. He feels pretty good within his leadership roles that he can hold. He's really big on communication. He feels his biggest strength is really like incorporating other people and their thoughts and opinions. And he was able to list off a couple weaknesses that he feels he can grow and kind of help build off of that within the election commission. If there are any questions, I can try to help answer them. But I did really think he would be a good fit for this. So.
Are there any questions for Senator Piper? If there is not, the candidates for election commissioners, I will put you in the waiting room. Please feel free to leave for the day. You can come back and watch after you've been invited back in. But Advisor Brock, again, will send you all the details following the senators' votes. And thank you so much for your time. Please give me 1 second. I just make sure. I believe that's everyone. I think so. Before we begin, are there any conflicts of interest? Uh, Perfect. Is there any discussion on the appointment of, excuse me, of Alexander Franklin, Angeles Roses Hernandez, Drew State, or excuse me, would the Senate like to proceed with Election Commissioner Singh's appointment as they're not here, or do you have any questions that you would like to ask in their paper? If there is no dissent, the chair will continue proceeding with the block voting as it was proposed earlier. Okay, is there any discussion on the appointment of Alexander Franklin, Angeles Roses Hernandez, Drew Singh, Kate Nichols, and Patu to as election commissioner? If there is no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to appoint the candidates as election commissioners. If there's any objection, please raise your hands now. Seeing none, Alexander Franklin, Angeles Rosas Hernandez, Drew Singh, Kate Nichols, and Paul Tutu have been appointed as election commissioners. Advisor Brock, if you could let them back in from the waiting room, that would be great. And then we will continue moving on to the next item of business. The next item of business is SR 2526-17, resolution on UPFF Fund A's allocation for the full year 2026-2027. Is there a proponent speech?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So as you guys probably heard, let me time myself. As you guys probably heard, there was the SABC that took place over the last 2 weeks. So we had training and then the hearing from each Fund A group and then deliberations. So first of all, we'd like to thank everybody involved in that, all the student government representatives, the SGA student at large representatives, the additional student at large representatives, and the staff and faculty representatives. We'd also like to thank Aditi, Brooklyn, and Colby for Advisor Brock. I probably should get the names, for their help in this. By the way, I served as the parliamentarian for the SABC Commission. So basically, we are proving a 26% decrease. So it'll be at $20.02, a decrease from $6.46 from last year. And then you can see all the specifics in the bill. But yeah, that's about it. Advisor Brock or VP Ryan, am I missing anything? Good. All right. Sounds good. All right. So that's that.
Are there any questions for Director Rhodes? Senator Costa.
Hi, yeah, I'm just wondering a little bit of how so we increased the total budget but then decreased the amount per student. Is that just because of like expected enrollment numbers or why would that? I'm just wondering. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so and somebody here can also correct me if I'm wrong. I think we are increasing enrollment. So the enrollment number is 36,138. It doesn't say if that's a increase or a decrease. So I'm not sure if it's based off that, but the Gateway and Mav Pro did decrease, I think, a little bit, just by a slight amount. There was a lot of the big overall trend was pulling more from reserves than requesting more out of the budget. So, and again,
Awesome.
VP Rye or Advisor Brock, correct me if I'm wrong here.
Senator Costa, to answer your question, they are using a new method of calculating number of enrolled students, and that's why the number of students increased, and that resulted in us seeing a decrease in UPF fund fees per student. Are there any other questions for Director Rhodes? If there are none, we will now proceed into discussion. Is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, we will now proceed to a roll call vote. When your name is called, please just state yes or no or abstain. We'll begin. Senator Costa?
Yes.
Senator Barrientos?
Yes.
Senator Bishop?
Yes.
Senator Clark?
Yes.
Senator El-Rifai?
Yes.
Senator Hayden? Senator Adela Allison?
Yes.
Senator Issei?
Yes.
Senator Harmon?
Yes.
Senator Cale Johnson?
Yes.
Senator Lillian Johnson?
Yes.
Senator Lopez Pereira?
Yeah.
Senator McHugh?
Yes.
Senator Melgar Serrano? Senator Mitchell?
Yes.
Senator Piper?
Yes.
Senator Potts?
Yes.
Senator Shake?
Yes.
Senator Swift?
Yes.
Senator Tasneem?
Yes.
Senator Williams?
Yes.
Senator Weisman?
Yes.
The resolution passes. The next item of business is SR 252618, resolution on the incorporation of the purchasing policy into the policy index. Is there a proponent speech?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, VP Rye. Senators, today I'm bringing forward SR 252618, a resolution to formally add our finalized Fund A purchasing policy and the updated scoring rubric to the SGA policy index. Over the past year, we have put in a lot of work to strengthen our financial processes. We tested an interim purchasing policy, gathered feedback from relevant parties, and revised to make sure our procedures are clear, consistent, and aligned with university policy. The finalized policy now outlines how requests are submitted, reviewed, evaluated for compliance, and documented. We also updated the scoring rubric so that every purchase is evaluated using the same objective criteria. Adding both documents to the policy index help ensure stability, fairness, and transparency, especially as leadership changes each year. This resolution does not create anything new. It simply protects the work already done and ensures that future committees have a clear, reliable framework to follow when stewarding student fee dollars. With that, I present the resolution for your consideration. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Regent Lacey? Okay. Is there any discussion on SR 252618? Perfect. Seeing none, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to approve the resolution. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, the resolution passes. There is no need for executive session today, so is there a motion to adjourn? Senator Mitchell, is there a second? Senator Jarman, is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, the chair is seeking unanimous consent to adjourn the meeting. If there is any objection, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.